Hello and welcome to TheHereticSpot plays Tyranny, Friday's episode uploaded on Saturday. Because my cat was castrated yesterday, so it took a bit more time actually.
Yes.
So we just liberated the place from the not Scarlet Crows, but oh come on, what is it? The disfavored, yeah. Right, disfavored. And now we are off looting the place. As previously planned. There is a box. That box belongs to me. Just hide. Okay, as far as I understand it, this game has a crafting system somewhere. At least I believe it does, because they always talk about steel and bronze and steel weapons. That stuff can be crafted if they have some materials. So that's what we are collecting then. What, down here? Really? Oh, well, we'll see about that. Maybe the mercenaries from outside will be a bit more friendly. Sorry, Fate, but no Bane have been spotted in growing numbers recently. The Lethian has asked us to seal the old walls. Ah, skill was needed for this one. So, and just so you know, the operation was successful without any problems. As cats are, she was moving through the apartment and behaved like if she had just consumed 1 liter of snaps or whiskey or something. But she's fine now. Seemingly she has no pain anymore, because she moves normal without any kind of tears in her eyes. So I am quite confident that the worst part is over. Oh, meat. Yes, I love meat. Meat is awesome. Oh no, we have a merchant here. So here's something collectible. Yes, there's...
Got it!
And somewhere up here. Ah. That old guy. Entry. Oh, she's almost level 6 app. Oh, what is that? Bronze throwing dagger. Okay, that is interesting. Oh, what was that? He had a paper. Scroll, lesser sigil of cyclical energies. Accent. This scroll contains a magical accent which science says reduce spells cooldown. Ah, okay. Ah. That is awesome. I would have known that. Now we learn more. Science, which is kinda nice. Light leather helm and sage's hood. Light armor, cloth and leather. You are... Why have you... I probably gave it to you. Because it's a light armor. Accuracy, no. Even though it's green one, I don't see whether it is of better quality. I don't see much of an improvement. What about Ebb? Ebb doesn't has anything. Yeah, hide that helmet. Oh yeah, and since we can learn stuff from scrolls, I will see. There are more scrolls, actually. Okay, I already know this one. Yep, that was all, I guess. Very, very nice. Oh. Iron helmet. Item type. Weapons, armor, and everything else. So, me. Why are we using this one? There's more parry, less dodge, one more. Okay. Let's empty this a little bit. Still like to have this one. It has more range. This armor penetration. Is it faster? Maybe. No. Okay, that one can. Yes. You need more of these. What is that? Sangjing scroll platform. Compare. Okay, that is a accessory. Accessory. Range 50 meters. Projectiles radius. Is it passive? Or foe area of effect. Foe AoE versus endurance. Plus 12.36 corrode damage. Huh. That is interesting. Why not? Let's give it to you for now. Might have more use. I don't know if it's good if you wear light leather. We'll see about that. So, we have those things. Those are people I can talk to, actually. And that is forge-bound merchants.
Sorry, can't.
Welcome, friend. The merchant cries out to, his bell jingling with rings. He waves his arms about in dramatic presentation of his wares. What brings you to my humble trading post? Have a certain something in mind, or just browsing? Show me what you have. Could you tell me anything about this seal? I found it in Bendrian's well. Oh. I've never seen that before. You'll have to ask one of the other merchants. Show me what you have. Most certainly. Have a look. Ooh. Purple javelin. But look at that. How many bronze rings. Forge-bound hammer. Iron dagger. Great axe. Ooh. Wow. No. Oh, that needs law of 50. Well, one has law of 50. Haha. But, well, expensive. Accessory. Forge-bound hammer. Well, that is actually not bad. Okay. Swanson attentively stacks pieces of iron carefully inside a crate. He notices you approach and dusts off his hands. Ah, Fatebinder, honored to be graced with your presence. And the trader Biotos, the forge-bound merchant, is faced away from the conversation and overhears your exchange and turns to you. If it isn't the Fatebinder of Tunon, welcome to Lethian's Crossing. He motions to Swanson. Finish your work and then You can continue speaking with the Fatebinder. Swanson nods eagerly and gets back to piling the iron. Oh, already gained wrath. When Swanson's back is turned to the merchant casts a worried look toward you. I don't wish to question your judgment, and I'm grateful of the help, but it's just the two of you observe the docile naivety of Swanson, and as he examines a piece of red shit on the ground near the crate. It's just a little unsettling how a man can become a child again. I don't know what I'd do if I suddenly forget everything that made me who I am. I think you might be one of the punished guys. One of the guys I have punished. Okay. That was a merchant somewhere here. Exactly. I wonder if this here is actually the tower. I'm not sure if we should thank you or fear you for taking out the occupying army here. Artium Bronze. Greetings and salutations. The jolly merchant greets you with a smile and a clap on the shoulder. And welcome to Lethian's Crossing, home of the best merchant in the entirety of the tiers. He paused and winks. That would be me. Harshia Bronze, at your service. He bows. What can I do for you? Could you tell me anything about this seal? I found it in Vendrian's Well. Let's see. Let's take a look, shall we? Harchian takes the seal and turns it over. When he spots the insignia, he quickly deposits it back in your hand and wipes his palm clean. Where did you get that? It came from a merchant caravan that was ransacked. Suspected as much. He mumbles and worries his brow. So far off the normal trading route, but why there? Why then? Why now? Maybe you could start telling me about the merchants? He refocuses on you and nods. Of course, the sigil belongs to the Hand-Over Quill Merchant Company. His lips tighten to form a violent pucker. So, that didn't tell me more. Tell me more about the Hand-Over Quill. They were once a powerful trade organization that, well, he cups his mouth and gazes around. Let's just say that you didn't want to get between them and a contract. What the Tunon's new laws and the bastard city, the quills. What with Tunon's new laws in the bastard city, the quill slunk into the shadow of Kira's authority, trying to keep a low profile. If you're involved in any of their dealings, stay away. A shipment of iron and weapons went missing. It was found with this seal in a house in Ecocol Crossing. He strokes the shadow of beard. He strokes the shadow of beard growth under his chin. Suspicious, I agree. But war always has its little problems. He wages a dismissal. It doesn't add up now. It doesn't add up now. If we can return to the subject of my wares, he smiles and readies to show you some fancy bauble. The weapons were meant for the disfavored, and the Vendian guard suddenly had iron weapons. The Vendian guard? Hadrian drums his fingers on his mouth and considers. Well, this changes things, I suppose. Change things? What does Hand of a Quill have to do with the Vendian guard? First things first. Hadrian clears his throat. This will come at a price. If something unfortunate took place and my connection were traced back to me, the consequence would be costly. Wow. Subterfuge, athletics, both are not high enough. I'll pass for now. As you will. You know where to find me, if you change your mind. The voices of Red told me to speak to you. As long as you don't speak to me the way you did to the garrison. He laughs nervously. You'll have to forgive me at the moment, Fatebender. But I don't have time for conversation. My stall is in a bit of a mess after the recent unpleasantness. Word is the Forge-bound master has arrived in Lethian's crossing. You should probably go to the forge to find out what's happening. I will be able to speak to you after I get my bearings here. He points to the tiers above you. The forge is up on the second tier in the back of the crossing. Sorry, my throat gets dry. I should take a sip of water. That might be better. Haha! Just through conversation we raised in level. Oh. Okay, my lore really is low. But her lore is well enough, and well, the conversations take my lore ability, I think. So, yeah, spell. What does change when we do? Bit of offensive skills. Magic defense, spell strength. I would say ability and cooldown should be increased as well for her. Yes. Come here, my little necromancer. Let's see what we get next. Moonlit Way. Grants a bonus to control Gravelight skill and Gravelight damage at night. Ooh. Runic barrier, spell barrier. Call of Reckoning. App's presence frightens nearby Bane. Runic Teacher. While the party, App and her allies gain more skill experience with lore spells and magic staffs. Grants a bonus to magic defense. Grants a moderate bonus to armor while App is wearing light armor in combat. Runic Teacher while in the party. Plus 20% control grave light and experience kit. Oh, well, let's take that for now. More control of Gravelight might be really good. So, now it seems we have to get up there. Quick. That's a share for you. Oh, what is that? Spell creation. Ah, yeah. We can create more spells now, since we have more accents. So, let's see. We don't have something with that one. Sigil of Force. At least I can't see that somewhere. We just can have this one. Concussive Bolt. So we have this one is shears one. What is that? False pit. Conjures the illusion of an endless black pit below the target, convincing them that they are falling to their death. The enemy is left prone until they can make sense of the illusion. Ah. Oh, but no one has enough. Okay. That's why we should trade law. This one is known. Spectral blur. And illusion. Wow, really? Not that's all? Reset. Ah, okay, I do not know enough cores for that. But, well, I need to learn more stuff. More spells and everything. So, let's have a look. Use the key. One Lethian's crossing old world's keystone requires not met. Ah. Sorry, Fate Baner. Bane have been spotted in the growing numbers recently. The Eldarian Eldian has asked us to seal the old walls. I don't have a key yet. I wonder. I have seen much of the river. Not sure up here. During clear motion, the western waterfall reflects the rising sun in the beautiful display of color. It's just a settler. There's nothing.
What do we have here?
Oh, what do we have here? Indeed, stuff. And down there we actually have doors. But the question is, are these doors lead? No, do those doors lead to a useful location? I don't know. Let's find out. Settler and settler. Can they talk? Lethian is our true leader. Talk to him if you need something. I need stuff on your shelf. Well, certainly I do need that one. Okay. We are gonna loot the shit out of the place. Dum, 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 dum. Ah yeah, there, you see those two waterfalls? There we are, actually. Oh yeah. Me sneezing, you don't want that. Probably blows your eardrums away. Oh yeah. Huh. People's names. Some stuff.
That wasn't so hard.
Let's see. Fendra. A bright-faced woman greets you as you approach. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing, Wanderer. My name is Phaedra, and this is my beautiful wife, Daya. Oh, nice. She indicates a stone-faced blonde woman standing next to her, who holds up a hand in a quick greeting. What brings you to town? Is there anything I can help you with? What can you tell me about Lethian's Crossing? I lived here most of my life, but honestly, I am not sure there's much to say. She looks contemplative. We are a center for trade and the waypoint for travelers. The walls are a little scary, but you get used to them over time. What about you, dear? Daya shrugs, her expression never changing. What is there to say? The town is all right, but living under the thumb of an occupying force makes it hard to truly relax. Phaedra puts her hand on Daya's shoulder, and Daya sighs. Sorry, we couldn't be more help. Phaedra shrugs sheepishly. You haven't always lived here? Several years before Kyros' invasion, I moved away from Lethian's Crossing. Being the granddaughter of Lethian came with a responsibility I wasn't ready for. I met Daya in the bastard city and decided to stay for a while. Come in and listen for a while. We were living in the bastard city when we heard about Kyros force moving to the tiers, so we took that as our motivation to move, she laughs. And I think we got out of there at just the right time. We traveled a bit with a couple of caravans, but nothing really seemed like home until I returned to Lethian's crossing. You never realize how much you can miss a place until you've been away for a while. She wraps her arms around Daya and squeezes. But I could live anywhere as long as this one is with me. It's true that trade hasn't been as vibrant here recently, but I'm sure it's simply a temporary setback. The merchants will sing and dance for you, trying to convince you their supplies are unaffected by everyone unaffected, but everyone is feeling it. I have faith that the world will set itself right soon enough. People call me a fool, but I don't see the benefit in bemoaning your fate. You take what life hands you and make it work. How do you feel about the disfavored? I don't have any issue with them. Their curfew may be a bit strict, and it gets hard to keep track of every rule they invent and all the regulations they enacted. Otherwise they left us alone to live our lives. Anything is better than having the Brotherhood, Dea exclaims. Give me 100 rules for every Brotherhood member driven from this town. Oh? She really doesn't like the Brotherhood. Okay, good to know. Thank you for your time. Anytime, traveler, Fedor says happily. If you need anything else, just let me know. Huh. That was interesting. I would have thought that the Saved were a bigger inconvenience or problem to the townfolk. What? Ah! My nose is killing me. Oh, forge. Master, the Fatebinder is here. Zydiana, Master of the Forge. Zydiana turns to approach you, her little body moving fluidly as she walks. She stops before you, her stance solid and sure, but you see she is standing lightly on her feet, ready to move if necessary. She never takes her eyes off you, but you know she is acutely aware of her surroundings. Fatebinder, may the fires of your forge never cool. She salutes you. I had hoped our paths would cross. What can this servant of the flame do for you? Why have you come to Lethian's crossing? Well, didn't I put her here? What an odd question, Fatebinder. When you showed up in the forge, I thought you had been sent to check up on me, as my mission came directly from Tunon. Shouldn't you already know? I was tasked with creating an artifact to protect the Forgebound from the Bane. Oh. Okay, I have to look up what the Bane in this case is. I have no idea actually. Or I don't remember. We have been delayed too often and lost too many of our own, so it was decreed that something must be done. I created the Mage Bane helm to keep the Bane at bay. Once the helm is in place, its magic will keep the Bane locked away inside the old walls. Why do the Forgebound stay here if the Bane are such a threat? Why are you asked to create this item? Couldn't any Forgebound do it? That's a good question. All Forgebound are masters of the craft, but each also their special talents. The Mage Bane requires some whose skills were well above those who haven't been practicing as long as I have. Tunon wanted a masterpiece, so he asked the master. I can have a request. How do you become master of the Forgebound? Why do the Forgebound stay here if the Bane are such a threat? This forge is the shadow of the old walls. In an area rich with iron, we have ample supply of raw material, and the influence of ancient magics is an acceptable risk. And with the helm at place, the Bane will no longer be an issue. Why did you create the helm? No, that I think she explained that rather well right now. Oh no, why did you create a helm, not the helm? A helm. That is a better question. The Forgebound are crafters of weapons and armor, Fatebringer, not statues or baubles. I make what I know. It is also portable and can be moved easily or used in battle should its protection be needed elsewhere in the future. For the time being, though, it will remain here, protecting the Forgebound. We have a job to do and cannot do it properly if we are constantly assaulted by outside forces. I have a request to make of you. Unfortunately, I don't have time to entertain your requests right now, Fatebinder. I was just on my way to place the helmet. I need to get this set up as soon as possible. The settlers have created a spot on the tier. If you don't mind, join me and Lethian, and we can speak there. Oh yeah, why not? That sounds promising. Nothing will happen, of course. The sunburned man dips his head in greeting. An outsider never arrives alone. At least, that is what my mother always said. Seems she knew what she was talking about. He nods thoughtfully at his own words. I'm Lethian. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing. Well, if it isn't Tunon's Fatebinder, welcome back to the crossing. Haven't seen you around here since you put the Deceiver in charge of everything. Lethian looks you over. Must say, my memory seemed to be failing. Something I never thought I'd say, he winks. The way people talk about how you came through and drove the Brotherhood out of town, you should be 10 feet tall and shoot lightning from your eyes. I seem to remember you being a little more human. Can't always tell the content of a pie from the crust, though, can you? For instance, who would give the town the disfavored? For instance, who would give the town to the disfavored, and then walk and kill them all? Not that I will miss the rules and schedules, but one has to wonder why you would switch sides so readily. But enough of my prattling. You didn't come here for history lesson or to get my opinion of your grandeur. He waves his hand dismissively and his previous comments. What can this odd fool do for you? Can I ask you some questions about Lethian's crossing? And there, I need a sip of water. Well, there are some days where I don't need to drink water, and there are some days where I need to. It seems. If you have questions about our settlement, I'm the one to ask. If it's... I've the dubious distinction of being the oldest living resident in Lethian's Crossing. So I've been here for a lot of its history. Alien smiles. Eyes, hips, hair, and hearing might be failing, but my mind still remembers everything that happened here. What would you like to know about? I'll do my best not to go on too long about it. I know I have a problem keeping my conversation short. Oh yeah, you do. Let's see, I'd like to ask you about the crossing history. What can you tell me about the spire and Lethian's crossing? Tell me your thoughts about the Bronze Brotherhood. Tell me what you think about the disfavored. How have your interactions with the Skullcrows been? I'm pretty sure I'm going to need directions around here. Oh, my nose is killing me. My god. I will just mute this game for a short while and clean my nose. Be back in like 10 seconds. And back I am. I hope that's better now. So what do we ask? What do I want to ask? I want to ask him about the Bronze Brotherhood. Because apparently the people don't think too well of them. They were here since the crossing was founded. Lethian herself hired them to protect the settlement when it was just started. A fledgling town in the shadow of the old walls. They did such a good job. She kept them on as our peacekeepers. And that's how things went. At least until you decided to oust them and put someone else in their place. Can't say I wouldn't have done the same. Truth be told, taking pay from the employers is always going to end badly if you can't make both of them happy. On the top of that, it seems lately that Ray Timon is traveling a path no one can see, and I don't want to see what's at the end of it. How have your interactions with the Scarlet Crows been? And I need more water, for bloody F's sake. Can't say that I have a strong... No, that doesn't work right now. Oh. Something is in my throat or so. Well, this episode is almost at the end, so I will try to finish that conversation for you, and then we'll see. Can't say that I have a strong opinion one way or the other, really. They didn't seem to care much about leaving the settlement behind. Once the decision was made to let the disfavored have control, they left, and I haven't seen much of them since. Tell me what you think about the disfavored. Strict curfews, frequent searches, and no forgiveness for missed iron or grain quotas. That's all the ill of it. But the sentries keep constant vigil and treat us with respect, politeness even. Most of them call me elder and bow. If someone's going to finish, if someone's going fishing in your pocket and taking your crops, may as well be kind about it. If someone's going to fishing in your pocket and taking your crops, may as well be kind about it. Ah, well, that makes more sense. It's definitely not the situation I would have chosen, but things can always be worse. The water might be up to your knees, but it could also be up to your nose, is what my grandmother would tell me. What of the Earthshaker mages? A few have passed through the crossing in recent times. Oopsa. All headed south to the Stone Sea, at least that's the word of it. The mages didn't stay for long. He gestures to the massive stone facade of the old walls, and I'm glad they kept on traveling. If some madman cast a spell that cracked the foundation of the old walls, praise Kyros it hasn't happened. What of the Forgebound? They toil away in their forge houses, day in, night out. Kyros forces keep them well guarded, since they know how to work binding ore into weapons harder than stone and bronze. I've delivered food and kindling, okay, to the forge houses. I was wondering, I don't know the context of kindling in this case, so I will look that up. But never had much contact with the artisan mages. Let me ask you something else. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need directions around here. Eldian laughs and puts a hand on your shoulder. I completely understand. The crossing can be a bit intimidating the first time someone arrives, but it's not as complicated as it looks. The river is named Portiscore, and it flows down in the middle of the settlement. The waterfalls pouring over the old walls are Sunrise and Moonrise. The west waterfall is Sunrise, and because of how the sun hits how the sun hits it in the morning, and moonrise got its name due to how it glows during the moon. The crossing itself broken up into districts named after the waterfalls. The west side of the river is the Sunrise District, and the east side of the river is the Moonrise District. That's actually pretty awesome. I should implement something like that into my role-playing game. Yes. The different levels of Lethian's Crossing don't really have names, but most people refer to them as the tiers. My home is considered part of the ground tier. The forge is on the first tier, both in the Moonrise District. I have other questions. I'll be on my way. There were lots of other questions. Of course, I must go to the spire to make sure everything is ready. I'll meet you there when Tyranny is ready and placed the artifact. Oh. Do you see that little effect, lightning effect on the armor here? Forge-bound apprentice.
Stepping lightly.
If you need anything, speak to Lohara. She's the one she's the one in charge. Fate bender. Ah, that's a person. Oh, okay. Looked a bit weird. Let's see. What?
It's all in the reflexes.
Oh, yes.
It's all in the reflexes.
Right.
Iron. And there's Lohara, Master of Tempering, Master of Casting. Not bad, not bad. And we got new quests. Oh, and there are new factions. Wow. Ooh. They do not like me. The Forge Bond have lots of wrath. Lethian's Crossing kinda likes me. Verse loves me. App is indifferent. Tunon, of course. He has a very... Tunon was impressed by your orderly fair ways. Tunon was pleased by your orderly fair ways. Tunon was pleased by your orderly fair ways. Oh yeah. Grave Mash really dislikes me. Leaden Mark. Interesting. So let's leave the forge. And we reached about an hour of game time. Just by a little bit of looting and a little bit of talking. That already went to an hour. So then I guess I will say goodbye for now. And oopsie daisy, my goodness gracious. Something is not agreeing with me. But yes, thank you for watching, thank you for you taking the time, and I hope I see you next week on Friday when it is TheHereticSpot plays Tyranny. Until then, goodbye and have a nice weekend.